Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications turned on, because I normally do quite interesting videos about crypto. However, the one today is when I look at Xexchange and I just go through the motion of what I've done pretty much every week for the last sort of 4 years, really, which is seeing what I can get out of it. And it has been diminishing quite badly over the past few years. But at the moment, the price of EGLD is up a little bit. Even the price of the MEX token that kind of powers this Xexchange is actually up a little bit as well. So consequently, my total balance is 9,269. Although much of that is actually XMEX, which is a kind of token that's locked mostly until 2027. For anyone who hasn't seen this before, this is something that came about in 2020 and then it became Xexchange in 2021. And I really thought that by providing liquidity in the form of liquidity pairs was going to sort of get me lots of money one day. And it didn't because of just weird tokenomics, really. But I'm kind of going through the motions and seeing what I can claim. Let's have a look here. So the only farm I've got at the moment is a MEX EGLD farm. Now that actually is made with XMEX, which is the locked version of the MEX token. And you can see that unlocks on April the 25th, 2027. So my plan is to try and keep this farm going until then and just get whatever I can from it. But the rewards are diminishing every week. The only way I could make that bigger would be to withdraw this farm, and then what I'd have to do is to provide some actual MEX, not XMEX, to make a new liquidity pair and start from there. But I'm not prepared to lock any MEX anymore because I just don't know if it's ever going to be worth anything, and I've got a hell of a lot of it. As you can see here, I've now got like 3 billion XMEX, which is supposedly worth $5,178, but it's not really, because some of it doesn't unlock until March the 15th, 2029. I mean, you can unlock this stuff. That was one of the features of XMEX, but if I was to unlock that one now, I would pay 80% to unlock it, which is not going to be worth it, is it? And the more recent stuff that unlocks is... well, there's a tiny bit I was testing here, which is actually September this year, but that's only worth 80 cents. And then after that, the next decent lot is on October the 22nd, 2027, which is worth at the moment 3.8k. Now, I don't know in the future what that's going to be worth. I don't know if that's going to be worth $30 or $30,000. I just have no idea. I hope it's going to be 30,000. I hope it's going to be 300,000, but I don't think it will be, so no. But anyway, let's see what I can claim. Right, $4.81. So let's claim that and see what it is. Right, so it says here base rewards are $0.26. Okay, that's the actual liquid tokens. Then the energy rewards of $4.54. That's the XMEX, and that's going to be locked for 4 years. Anyway, let's claim it anyway. So there's 7 transactions to sign there on XPortal. Now, regular viewers will know that I've got a Zoid Pay shopping pool. I did actually claim some rewards from there this morning, but that was only worth about $10. And this is the survey that they've been talking about. I wondered where it was. Well, I just filled that in, really, but it was all like to do with, how easy do you find it to add liquidity and all that sort of thing. I mean, the point is, because I've kind of done this in the past and because it hasn't gone particularly well for me, I don't really want to add any more liquidity to this thing. So a lot of my answers was just irrelevant, really, because I don't provide liquidity anymore. And really, I just want to kind of get out of this and run that farm into the ground, take it apart, get my MEX, get my EGLD, and then move on. So it was probably fairly pointless me doing that survey. Anyway, on a more positive note, what have I got now? Okay, now the other thing I need to do is probably update the energy. Let's do that for whatever reason I need to do it. And you can see that as I'm doing this, you know, my amount of locked MEX is going up slightly. My energy is generally dropping, and my league position seems to be about the same actually. But yeah, this would obviously be different if I was relocking my MEX, but to be honest, I'm just not doing that. So what have I got here? I've got 88 cents worth of EGLD, $6 worth of wrapped EGLD, $13 worth of ZoidPay. I've got some USH stablecoin. So let's take a quick look at TradingView and look at my ESDT list here. Oddly enough, MEX is actually up a little bit from its all-time low, actually. Its all-time low was on the 6th of April. And we'll come up about 45% from there. I don't know. I mean, maybe MEX will recover one day. EGLD's now up to $20, and I'm quite pleased about that because I was actually buying it down here at like $13 a few weeks ago, and I was really concerned that I was throwing good money after bad, but I actually think that was a reasonable investment actually, so that's okay. I think as ZoidPay is pretty much getting towards zero, I think I will swap that into EGLD. I think that's probably a fairly safe thing to do. I have got a load of ZoidPay anyway, so it doesn't really bother me too much. So ZoidPay to EGLD, and I might just swap that bit of USH to EGLD as well. It's only a couple of bucks, but you never know. EGLD might go back to $500 again one day. I can't see it though. That said, EGLD is actually up, you know, quite a bit from the lows of April the 7th. Yeah, so it might recover. I'd love to see it over $100 again. That'd be nice. That would give a bit of a boost to the community, wouldn't it? Certainly make me happier anyway. Now, I did think that Adam Bates was going to help the, you know, the whole MultiversX thing, but it looks like he's left actually, because I see here that he is now the new CMO of Burnt Zion, whatever that is. So that, yeah, that's him gone. Now the good thing about that is I think that's going to save MultiversX some money. So it'd be interesting to see how they spend it. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. And while you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and got the notifications set on all. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Please do give the video a big fat like. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
Need to make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.